Hi, this is Shawn Carney, the president of 40 Days for Life. I'm here today with my friend Abby Johnson.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Okay. Today, we shouldn't be smiling. We're going to talk about angry abortion workers. I know. Never encountered any of them.
No.
They're all the nicest people in the world.
I was never angry, right?
No, you were nice the whole
Come
time.
on.
So in fact, somebody told me that you were giving a speech. It was a congresswoman, actually. You spoke in Illinois, and she said, in your talk, you said, yeah, unplanned the movie. It's accurate, but like, I wasn't nice all the time.
I did say that, yeah. I did say that sometimes.
And
yeah.
so
they made me out to be a lot nicer than I was, I think.
I'm not going to comment on that. But there's a lot of truth to a lot of what you've said. But the funny thing, too, since we're on the movie, is that also, like, part of it being a movie, our hair is perfect. There's no mosquitoes outside.
No sweating.
It's not 105 degrees.
Right.
So on that point, it's kind of funny. A lot of people have come up to me since Unplanned was released, and they've said, did Abby Johnson really turn the sprinklers on you? Like, that's like the worst thing in the world to do to another human being. Number one, yes, you did.
I did.
But we always saw that as a good sign.
I did it as a gift.
Yeah, it was hot. It was hot. But in my mind, if you felt the need to turn the sprinklers on us, we're having an impact.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We only did it because what you were doing was effective. You were getting people to turn away from our facility and go to other facilities. And so we needed you to get out of here.
Get out of here. It was a very clear message that you left a few times. But okay, so that's one thing, right? Oh, they turned the sprinklers on us. They're petty. It's hot. Everybody makes a joke, and we'd get our stuff and move. But we have a lot of locations, especially with the craziness that has now infiltrated there's no pro-abortion person for normal people. I mean, now it's infanticide, it's shout your abortion. When we have a volunteer and you're out there and you're praying and all of a sudden a clinic worker comes out the door and they're just unloading on you, as you know, we say, don't say anything. Contact your local police if needed. We've had workers shove volunteers. We've handled those legally. But aside from that, just the yelling and the shouting and the antics and the middle fingers, we got to let that go.
Yeah. I mean, and I would say, take that as a positive sign. Workers who are, I always say that, the workers who are really passionate, the workers who are
is that what we're calling it these days?
We're calling it, yeah.
Enthusiastic about their work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are enthusiastic about you being out there. The ones who are yelling at you, who are screaming at you about being there, who are flipping you off, who are doing those things. Something is causing them to feel so bothered by your presence, and that's a great thing. So, feel encouraged by that. And I'll tell you, we've helped 600 workers leave the industry, and almost all of them say that they yelled at people in front of their clinic.
Right.
That they were very angry, that they would try to swerve at them, or act like they were going to swerve at them.
Right.
There are very few of the people who have come through, and then there were none who say, oh yeah, I just completely ignored them.
Right.
Or I never talked to them.
Right.
Or I pretended like they weren't there. It's the ones that are in your face, that are yelling, that are, acting crazy. Those are the ones that eventually leave because you're pricking their conscience.
Yeah.
It's bothering them. It's bothering them enough to engage with you. And that's really what you want.
And that's a lot of the abortion doctors.
Yeah.
I mean, they arrive, they go in, they do the abortions, and they leave, and you're not even going to get a word in.
No.
Your boss was like that. I mean, and I've told people a lot, as Unplanned as accurate, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Your boss was a tough, sterile, cold person. And if Mary Lisa and I would have seen her in Walmart, we would have gotten the kids and gotten out. She's crazy, in our view. But we would have been like an awkward hello. We would have felt comfortable around you. But I always thought that was a weakness of yours because you did come out. You were one of those people. Sometimes you would scream, but you'd also dialogue. Mm-hmm. You would always try to justify it. You were definitely doing the, hey, I go to church. You know, you're not like special. And I always saw that as a good.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to hear you say that because I tell people too, of course, like you ticked me off. Mm-hmm. And there were many times where looking back now, if I would have said, you know what? And then, and just like, you in the movie, there's that, which was basically word for word from your book of that interaction that we have, and you turn around and we have that little exchange. And I thought, oh, that's great. Like, we're getting somewhere kind of deal. But of all those times, if I would like stopped you on a Saturday morning and said, let me tell you something, and just blasted you to oblivion, which I definitely would have been tempted to do verbally, you'd have never come into our office. Yeah. You'd have been like, I don't know what he's going to say. He screamed at me that one day. And that's what I tell people. I mean, we're like literally sitting in your former workplace. We're talking, we're laughing. That would have never been possible if I would have cursed you out one day.
Well, and there were people. I mean, let's just be honest.
Oh, yeah.
There were people
who
were out in front on that sidewalk who were very confrontational, and those are still people to this day that I don't want to have a conversation with. I don't trust them, even though we're on the same side of life now. They're still, I feel tense around them. I don't, because they didn't respect me as a person when I was here at my worst.
Right.
And so there's just something that I don't feel comfortable around them now. I mean, I feel like.
I don't either, though. I mean, nobody wants to talk to those people.
Yeah.
And you're right. To this day, there are people out there, megaphones, bullhorns, yelling at abortion workers. I just think it's so petty on the pro-life side for a much more dangerous reason, which is Abby Johnson or fill-in-the-blank abortion worker. They're nice to you. They're mean to you. They make you feel good. They make you mad. Whatever it is, what they're doing inside is so dire for like our attention and our work that we don't have the luxury of mood swings or us getting offended because the worker yelled at me. Of course they yelled at you. You're out there opposing, what they do. And I think we have to keep perspective of like, we're here to close the place down and reach out to them. Right. And we're going to get in our own way if we let this garbage.
Well, and we have to remember that. And I tell people this all the time because I do webinars on this and all the time, people on the sidewalk will say, how do I deal with, this angry abortion clinic worker? And I'm like, listen, don't allow yourself to get in the way. I say that all the time. You are out on the sidewalk. Yes, we want to pray for these workers. Yes, we want to do that. But when you go out to the abortion clinic to pray, your primary function is actually not to reach out to abortion workers.
Right.
That's a secondary function. Right. Your primary function is to be out there to save babies from being killed.
Yeah. Babies, women, workers.
That's right. That's your primary function. So do that.
Right.
Be focused on that. The workers are there when they come out and yell, when they come out and get in your face, when they come out and give you this what if or blah, blah, blah. A lot of times that is a distraction. They're trying to be distracting to you so that you're not reaching out to the women, so that you're not saving babies. Don't let that be a distraction to you. You stay focused on what you are there to do. Stop worrying about what the workers are doing. Stop worrying about this distraction that they're trying to cause. Stay focused on what you are trying to do. Continue to pray, and remember that not everybody is meant to reach out to abortion workers. That is not everybody's gift.
That's an understatement.
Right? So if you feel anger toward them, if you feel like you want to cuss them out, if you feel like you want to, shake them or whatever, that's not your gift.
If you're naive.
Yes.
I mean, they could mess you up.
That's right. And they can
get your cell phone.
That's right.
So you got to be careful. And as you say all that, the workers notice that too.
Yes.
That's your approach. And I remember I was at a Planned Parenthood in upstate New York a couple years ago, and we had like a rally. and these lunatic, like anarchist communists, I'm not making, that was their official name.
Yeah.
Don't get the t-shirt.
Right.
They came out with pots and pans and they were banging them and they were getting in our faces and they were yelling, and there were kids out there, you know how it is, and the strollers, and it was just all bad. And what I kind of hoped would happen. The Planned Parenthood director came out and like looked at us almost as if to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry about this guy.
And she was telling their own nutty supporters, like, go away, because of course they had women coming in for abortions, and you have people out in capes in 20-degree weather banging pots and pans. And that just goes a long way in the long run, is that the workers see how you behave, whether they agree with you or not.
They do. And so don't be weird.
Yeah.
Be normal. You know, be loving, be considerate, speak truth, and just stay focused.
Yeah.
Don't get distracted, and don't let your focus be on, you know, an obstinate employee or an employee that's yelling at you or, you know, whatever. And we do this, you know, I find that I get a lot of questions about escorts too.
Yeah.
You know, people focus on the escorts, you know, well, the escort's trying to do that. Just stop worrying about the escorts. Focus on what you are there to do, and that is to save babies from being aborted. That's it. That's why you're there. That's your primary focus. Stay focused on why you are out there.
Yeah, it's gold, and it's so true, and that's what can save babies, what can help workers actually get out, and what can close abortion facilities. So,
and then don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when one does leave.
When one walks into your office.
When one walks in your office, don't be surprised. This is what you pray for. This is what you hope for. And
you came into our office on a Monday, and I remember I had a meeting earlier that morning, and it went over, and I went back to the office, and I was like super busy, and I was just felt behind in the day. And I remember when they came in, and they were like right when I heard the door to my office crack, I was like, what? Like, I don't have time. Okay, that was my response, and I think about that.
I don't have time for the abortion clinic.
Yeah. Let me go hear about her conversion. but you know, then they're like, Abby's here, and I, you know, kind of had to get it together and further disrupt my day.
God.
But in life at that time, it's like, okay, you're having a conversion. I gotta block out the next few weeks. So it's and that's how our Lord works. You will not expect it, and you just got to go. We're in the long game.
Yeah.
We're in the long game. No one's helped. More workers leave than you, and there is this exodus out of the abortion industry. So trust.
There is. People want to leave. These women and men, they want to leave, and you know, this is I don't know if you guys have heard me say this before, but about 60%, we ask that, you know, everybody who comes through, and then there were none, we ask them, how did you hear about us? And about 60% of our workers are hearing about us because of people on the sidewalk. People who are saying, hey,
you don't have to do this.
Go to abortionworker.com. They can help you get another job. You don't have to work in this clinic anymore. You know, have you heard of it? And then there were none. I mean, they're working together. You know, you guys are helping get, you know, we don't have to be experts at everything.
Right, no.
Right?
No.
You guys are primarily focused on saving babies from abortion, and all you have to do is just send them to us, and we can get them out of the clinics, you know, but we don't have the presence outside of clinics that you guys do.
Right, and we can't run pregnancy centers.
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so and that is where, big picture, that's the strength right now of the pro-life movement.
Right.
We're obviously getting hammered in Washington with these lunatics that are in our government. And so this is it. This is the time to get involved. So get involved with And Then There Were None. Get involved with 40 Days for Life. But do something. And maybe you'll get to make a video with your abortion worker.
Yes.
You never know.
You never know.
That's right.
Go out in front of your clinics.
The sprinklers are all in the past.
That's right. Maybe.
Maybe I'll
give. One time. One more time.
We'll see you next time. Bye.